Nice to meet you all. Yeah, so I did the last boot camp challenge and it was great. It was a really good experience for me. It kind of came at the right time because I started my private practice the first week of January and I was really not knowing what I was doing. I was leaving a group private practice job and I just was so burnt out. I was just telling myself I'll figure it out as I go, which I don't recommend doing, but I did find the challenge. A past person that did her challenge had posted in like one of those like New Jersey therapist Facebook groups about like a free challenge. And I figured, why not? Will be good for me. And I did it. And that's how I found Kamisha. And that's how I got started.
Love it. All right. So will you tell them, I think you just answered this part too, like where you were when you first started, but now will you tell them like your biggest financial wins or non-financial wins working with me?
So when I started the challenge, I'm pretty sure I had one client. I think the challenge was at the end of January. And I just had a Psychology Today page. The one client I had was somebody that followed me from the group private practice I was at. I couldn't take many of my clients there because they had different insurances. They had Medicaid. And what I'm doing now, I don't have Medicaid. And right away, like, so before the challenge, I had a Psychology Today page and it was just crickets. I wasn't getting anything. I was getting really discouraged because I thought, you just have a Psychology Today page, you'll hear from potential clients. And that just wasn't the case. So I was getting really nervous. And then honestly, like right after the challenge, I went and Misha's like style, she teaches you how to like not rely on Psychology Today. But even still, I took kind of what I learned and updated my Psychology Today page. And I think that's what's made the difference because like I just like really zeroed in on like the population I want to serve. Because that's the really the only thing that I could think that I did different. And immediately I saw just a different response. So right away, like financially, I'm getting like a normal paycheck again, like from the private practice. And I'm seeing way less clients that I saw at my group private practice, a way more comfortable number and not what I was doing at my last job where to see like a good paycheck, I had to see like 30 clients. I had to work nights. I'm not working nights anymore. Like it's so nice to have my nights off. So that's like beyond the financial win, that's a nice win just to have my time back and just even like the energy I have to see my clients and do my best work.
Love it. Will you tell them how many clients you now have?
So my goal was 20. I have 19 and I have a few consultations this week. So I think I'm making my goal pretty soon. And it really didn't take long at all. And now, like, I'm turning people away if I don't think they're a good fit. I'm getting so many inquiries now.
So proud. Like
Thank
I always cry when we get to this point, but
you.
I'm I'm hold it together. So will you tell them like what it was like working with me one on one?
I would say fun, actually. So before that, I was feeling really discouraged. And so, like I said, the boot camp came at a really good time. And I guess I didn't realize how much it was like my mindset. Like I knew I had a confidence issue, but like, I don't know, it just kind of brought back the fun part of it. Like I'm like, oh wow, with a private practice, you can really do it your own style. Like you don't have to follow, you don't have to listen to anybody else. Like the parts of having a private practice and doing therapy, like, that excite me, like, I can do now. Like, I work with the eating disorder population. I just signed up to be a vendor at a walk. I'm, like, super excited about and, like, just, like, the unique ideas that I wouldn't have gotten if it wasn't for coaching. Because you go into Facebook groups and they tell you, "Oh, pay for ads and SEO," and I don't know anything about that, and also it just doesn't excite me, like, that's not the type of marketing I really wanna do. I don't wanna be paying all this money, and also it's just to me, that's boring. I rather be doing like, building relationships and networking that way, and I'm also very introverted, so it's weird for me saying that, but I feel like that just, like, speaks to me more. It feels more genuine than just, like, ads.
Yeah. Ads are cool, but I want y'all to know at this point in my business, like even with the brand that I have never ran a single ad for anything. So you don't have to use ads if you don't want to. And if you do, then I definitely recommend getting with an ad specialist, but they are not needed to build a private practice. So about her experience. So last question. If somebody was like on the fence trying to decide Do they want to just stay at the committed stage, or if they want to move over to being a CEO clinician? Like, what would you tell them?
I would tell them you really don't get this anywhere else. Like I think we talked last night at night one, that we don't have classes in business school. Like we don't have like business class in grad school. And like I was on the fence just because I have friends that kind of started the same time as me, like doing a private practice, and no one mentioned like getting a coach or anything. So I was like, do I really need one? Like, I don't know anybody that has one. I reached out to the person who did the testimonial in my boot camp, and I was just asking her like what it was like to do coaching. And then I reached out to the person who posted in the NJ Facebook group, and I noticed that like both of them I just really liked what they're doing. Like I started following their therapy pages and I'm like, wow, they come up with really unique ideas. Like this would be cool. I want to do something similar. So I was just impressed with them. So I would just say like you're not from my experience, I'm in all the Facebook therapy groups and I feel like I soak up all the advice and this is just like unique. Like I learned a lot about just like marketing. I didn't know anything about Canva or different apps and just like stuff I wouldn't have found, I don't think, on my own through Google or YouTube.
I'm glad you said that. So glad you said that because it is needed. Amber's got a question in the chat. She said, "Are you seeing private pay only or insurance? And what's your niche?"
I'm seeing insurance only. I am still waiting on Horizon, which is like the biggest insurance company in New Jersey. So for the people that have Horizon, I do take them private pay, but most of my clients that I'm seeing are insurance. And population I really like working with is eating disorders. So I see a lot of like young college students. I do see some clients with eating disorders, but that's just really the population I love working with.
So, Jill, thank you so much for doing
Thank
this and
you.
for being here with us. And y'all, please connect with her and like ask her. Jill's the real deal. So if you have questions, ask. She won't hold back. And that's really why I wanted y'all to meet her, because I think that's important for y'all to meet somebody that I've actually worked with who was in your seat 60 days ago, who's now thriving. So proud of you, Jill.
Thank you so much. And yeah, if anybody wants to connect, especially Jersey people, like I would really like to network with you. Thanks, Kamisha.